Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for you. So first things first, you have for your key to the week the Star card, right? And what this actually gives you above all else is a big glimpse into your future. You could be thinking very far ahead. This could be a week where you appear to other people. It might be that you appear to be in a daydream or in a bit of a haze or a daze. It's not so much that, it's more that you've got your eyes and your sights fixed on where it is that you're going. It's kind of like you're not really, you know, and this is the thing as well. I suppose this is one of the reasons that it could come across this week that you're a little bit checked out, and it's not. You're totally present. It's more just a case of you're so far focused this week on your future, on really starting to build the picture of what your future actually looks like, that other people could be like, you know, you're really spacey or daydreamy lately, like what's going on with you? And it's just because you're having so many great ideas. Could be a really great week for ideas for you. It could be a week where you are just living sort of in the future, and for that reason it might come across to the people that you know as, you know, you're kind of elsewhere. And you are in a sense, but you're not checked out. Do you know what I mean? Like you're totally present. You're just aligning yourself with what your future actually looks like, and it seems like you're really excited about it, because I'm feeling the excitement in my chest and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So whatever you are building or envisioning this week, go for it. For your actions and your options, you got the Nine of Pentacles. This is seeing you. So this is going to be a week where you are working very hard towards some bigger future goal. It's kind of like what I'm actually seeing in my mind is a big river, and I'm seeing the tributaries so the tributaries that kind of go into making up that river, you know, where the river, where they meet the estuary, and then it kind of turns into the river itself. So it's kind of like this week I feel like you're doing that mastermind thing where everything's kind of projected out there, and you're seeing all of the bits and the possibilities, and you're like, yeah, that will go there, and that will go there, and that will go there. This could be a week where you are working very, very hard on a big future term project. This is about something that is very big, something that is coming up for you. Now the other thing is, with the Nine of Pentacles, this could see you really focused on the finer things, right? So usually with Virgos, you guys are like, is it practical? Does it do the job? Yeah, fine, awesome, then it works, I'll take it. Whereas this week, it's kind of like you're saying to yourself, you know what, no, I actually want better than that, right? If I've got to buy a new software program, I want the best that money can buy. If I've got to buy, if I'm going to the shopping, I'm going to go to the a la carte store this week. You know, like this week you could be very focused on the luxury, on the better or the finer things of everything. And it kind of ties into this as well, because if you're building this bigger, broader, sort of more extravagant version or vision of your life, it's kind of like you're mimicking that on the ground by saying, right, okay, well, usually I would buy the $3 bottle of wine or pound bottle of wine, whereas actually, you know what, this week I'm going to spend the 15 quid on the bottle of wine. Yes, it seems like it's frivolous, but I'm going to start aligning myself or living the experience that I want now, because that's where I'm heading. And it's kind of like all of these pieces of something this week are starting to come together for you. I really, really like this. And actually this speaks to me of your physical health as well. Whereas last week it was a little bit shaky, this week it feels like you are on top form physically, which is great. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Pentacles. So there looks to be, like this week, you are having some power discussion about your money, about your finances, about your business, maybe even about your work. This could be a really exciting week when it comes to work in general for you guys, because it looks like something about it is starting to grow. It's almost like instantaneous. Like this week you're saying, right, that's the future vision. These are the things that I need to do to build it. This is how I'm going to now start to live. and then your communications and conversations are all focused on work, on business, on expansion, on growth, on how you can manifest materially all of the things that you desire. Now, because this falls here in the communications and conversations as well, for a lot of you, this is about you talking about your business ideas or the moves that you are hoping to make. This is a really exciting week for you guys. I love it. What? Then you've got the Ace of Pentacles here in your money and material. This is, I mean, you guys are in the money this week, right? It's all about business. It's all about finance. It's all about work. It's all about the practical, tangible, physical things of life. Now, your Ace of Pentacles, this is going to see you tapping into not only those finer things, but for a lot of you, this is about what you actually do. And it's also about the resources that you have. This is about you going in a new direction. This could be a week where you're deciding, for a lot of you, I actually get this feeling that this thing, this bigger, broader vision that you're hoping to create is going to take probably quite a big startup investment. And this week, it looks like you're making the decision. It's not necessarily that you're going for it this week, which is wise as well, because we've got a whole bunch of retrograde energy. But it does look like this is the week where you're saying to yourself, I don't have that capital there now immediately. It's going to take me, I don't know what, $5,000 to get started. I didn't want to borrow money to do this, but you know what? Okay, I'm going to borrow the money. I'll borrow the $5,000 and I'm going to start this. When the time is right and all of the energy is ready, there's never a perfect time to do anything. So it's kind of like when I can get, close to the best time for it, I'm going to move ahead with it. It looks like you're going in a very new and very exciting direction. So check this out. Let's take the Page of Pentacles out of it. You've got the 9 of Pentacles, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Combine the two, there's the 10. That's your financial security. And this is what you are starting to look at. It's starting to build, starting to create for yourself. And, the beauty of it is, because you guys are usually very grounded, very in the here and now, right, about the practicality. Whereas this week, it's kind of like you're shooting off into the future, seeing the vision, and you're like on the ground making all of the steps that you need to in order to make those things a reality in the here and now. It's kind of like whatever you're doing this week, you are solidifying that future for yourself, which is very, very exciting. For your love and relations, you have the 7 of Cups. Okay, so a little bit of a challenge. Now, if I'm completely honest with you, the only thing that I will say, for those of you that are coupled, just be sure to let your partner know, right? I'm not checked out. There's nothing wrong with me. Like, I'm not in a bad place. Like, everything is actually better than it has been in a long while. I'm just really focused at the moment on work, on my business, on where I want things to go. It's like they might be like, are you here? Because I'm talking to you and you kind of feel like you're elsewhere. Just let them know what's going on with you. And I actually think that they'll be just as excited as you are. My advice to you is this week as well, because you've got the 9 of Pentacles. So I said you'll be working really hard this week. It's really important that you don't juggle too many plates, because with this kind of energy and, with that star card permeating the whole thing, there could be that sort of, wow, everything's great right now, so I can do everything all together at once, and then suddenly you've got 1,000 plates spinning and then they all start crashing everywhere. Keep it small, keep it focused, stay, on what you can do, work through that, and then add another thing. For those of you that are single, it looks, to be honest with you, like you're more focused on all of the other stuff that you want to build. Love is not necessarily the right energy for you this week. It just looks like it's a bit shaky because it is the 7 of Cups. So you might not necessarily be seeing things as clearly as you'd like. And also, you may not necessarily be presenting yourself in the right way. Because like I said, unless somebody knows you, this week you could come across as like a little bit of a flake. And, obviously if that's what they're seeing, they might be a bit like, this person's often checked out, maybe I'll stay clear. So, just something to consider. But yeah, all in all, looks like a fantastic week for you that's very much about the material world. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.